ships which carried overseas the armed might of the United States to decide the outcome of a war.
The success story of economic growth began during World War II. Mass production of tanks and aircraft led the American economy out of crisis. The output of military equipment was now calculated by a new statistical measure, gross domestic product, or GDP. If production, i.e. GDP, grew, then so did prosperity. Americans believed so firmly in this new formula that they compelled their allies to bring their economic policies in line with it. From then on, it wasn't people's incomes that counted, it was only growth.
And it turned out to be such a useful measure, actually, for the war effort and for understanding the war effort, that afterwards it became the single most important policy number across the world. It kind of symbolizes progress to us. It sort of says, wow, things are getting bigger, so they must be getting better. That was the birth of the GDP.
Progress. The key word here is progress. That progress allow us to go to space, allow us to land man on the moon, allow us to look for colonizing Mars. After World War II, there was tremendous growth for the United States for the next 3 decades. Matter of fact, it was 3 decades of back-to-back double-digit growth, double-digit GDP growth. It was so phenomenal because America had the manufacturing capability. Instead of making tanks, now it makes cars. On top of that, America was not only the #1 producer of the world, but also able to deliver product and services around the world. That itself create tremendous amount of wealth, tremendous growth. Over time, you see a long-term uptrend importantly, on the investable instrument index, S&P 500, QQQ, the Nasdaq 100, the Dow Jones Industry. All that has continued to be on a long-term uptrend. That is what's important, because then we can participate with that progress. If you look at S&P 500 earnings since the 50s, this has been on the long-term uptrend. Yes, you have these pullback, and then you have new high, pullback and new high. This is the world pandemic where everything shut down. So yes, company shuts down, and they don't make money, then you don't have earnings, right? Other than that, and it came back eventually. This is the human race. We overcome and we continue to expand. So if there's a vehicle where you can be part of this ownership, these companies that make real money, that have a real earnings, you need to be part of that over the long term. This is how you create wealth. This is where millionaires become billionaires. And if you're part of this ownership structure, owning not just one companies, but hundreds of real profitable companies, you're part of this long-term growth. You're part of this millionaires to billionaires future. That is progress.